Welcome back to another Tony Montana video. This video is going to be educational. We're going to talk about a little bit more about treadmills, how to work them, what a couple of things to do and not to do, and why. Obviously, the treadmill or the Slatmill is a very good tool for many people, not just American people, terrier owners. Any dog that is active can benefit from using it in a Slatmill. Whoa. Give me a second. This thing is like palpitating there. Whoa. So anyway, let's please bear with me while I don't know why is it palpitating that way. But anyway, some of the things that are very good for the Slatmill is obviously burning up energy, conditioning, or your dog, because that's the dog being conditioned is a byproduct or the product of what you're doing is burning energy, because you may be a person that's working a lot and have an active dog, so you need to get something that compensates for not walking them 2-3 hours, 5 to 7 hours in a week. Maybe less, 5 hours maybe will be good enough to maintain. But there is a good amount of walking you need to do, and it doesn't matter if it rains, it snows, you don't feel well. The dog should be, exercise, so that way it maintains a calm and sensitive personality. Anyway, let's talk about the Slatmills. Obviously, I would recommend that the dog is brought into the Slatmill at a young age. Obviously, we're not talking about putting them in a program with a Slatmill. We're just talking about working them out, working their minds into walking that mill. Okay, because it's a big difference walking the floor, grass, carpet, and the mill definitely feels much different to them, so they need to get accustomed to them. Many of them, some take it like water, some of them get petrified because of the sound it makes when it's moving and the feeling below them. So you need to work on them and see where they are, where they start, what's the level. Okay, once you get that, seeing, depending on how the dog is this work that you're going to do with the treadmill, the Slatmill, I say the word back and forth, Slatmill, treadmill, because some people say one word or the other, but basically it's the same equipment. I'm talking about one that's a machine that basically is manual, that has slats of wood or some sort of strong material that create a belt. And that dog, or the dog on top of it, is the one moving the belt. There's nothing in when the dog stops. The belt should be stopping. So anyway, so get the dogs used to it at an early age, as young as possible, and see where they are. But do not make them run it. Just again, if the dog is one that takes it to water, sure, let him for a minute and let it go, and so that he feels that, oh, that was so fun. There was no thing of aches, no fatigue, no nothing. Just, whoa, that was fun. If the dog was a dog that was more like, man, I don't know about this. I'm just coming to you because you're telling me to come here. I do not recommend using toys or any sort of things, because that's really it should be your word or your encouragement. It's the bonding you have with your dog that should be the toy. Okay, the toy is really like kind of like, I don't have that bonding, so I'm gonna bring an extra motivator. And if you bring an extra motivator, those extra motivators are really have a short span, a short interest span, because the more tired the dog will get, the interest for that toy, that lure, whatever, is going to go down. Okay, it's going to go down. So you want to look at you want to choose, and basically the best thing is you your connection, your voice, your encouragement. The dog wants to do what you want them to do and understands it, and that way you do the same thing, but without a toy. And in many conditions, your voice is what will count anyway. So anyway, I'm also going to show some things like you how to put a dog on the mill. You have to be careful, obviously, depending on I have dogs that love the mill, so I am very careful. I put my feet, my knee or below my knee, on the slat on both sides. It's kind of like a break, so that way the dog does not run it while I'm trying to clip him. I also try to lift the front part of the dog so that it doesn't have, again, the momentum to run. So that is one of the things. Obviously, you have to make sure that they're secure from front and back, meaning that in case the dog goes too much to the front, it was not going to slip out, and also to the back. Make sure that the chains are measured correctly, so the dog is not too much to the front. If the dog is too much to the front, the dog will potentially clip his paw in between the slats, and that's going to pinch and obviously could mutilate piece of paw or just injure it, and that's going to discourage the dog from running, and you don't want that. So make sure is not the chain that you're securing it is not too long to the front, and also the chain you're securing so it doesn't go to the back. It's not too long so the dog doesn't feel like he's about to slip from the precipice, okay, of behind him. All right, because that also will reduce the encouragement, the excitement of the mill. Now I'm going to show you some examples, and let me see if I could make sure. Let me see. Hold 1 second. Let's see if I could do that. All right, so you see this dog? See how the dog is way to the back. If you see the back of those legs, they're about to fall off, and she feels like she's going to fall off. So there is some level of stress there. Okay, so this person, obviously it's new to the dogs. I encourage him to continue learning wherever he wants to do, but this chain is way too long. So the dog, it goes all the way to the back, and it almost feels like they're slipping. So there is a level of anxiety there. But people that don't see this, at first I saw it in the dog's face, and then I started noticing how she was set up, and clearly, look, falling off. So this is no. All right, I'm going to show you. Another example of a no. But again, these individuals are new to the dogs, and they're doing what they can with what they feel. Look, again, a dog is way too, the chain is way to the back, and also you'll see this guy encouraging him with lures, which, see that? That's rookie moves. You see how the dog is kind of like, but again, the people that don't know, they just see the dog running, wow, good dog, but they don't see the inner works of what's going on here. First, as I said, the chain for going to the back is way too long. Second, you're using, look, whoa, almost fell off. I'm sure this guy has, anyway. But again, when people don't know how to use this machine correctly, there could be potential injury here, or at least stress. Anyway, this is Tony Montana teaching people how to use a Slatmill. Thanks.